It's 5 o'clock. Showtime. Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to, go ahead, Spence. I know you're dying to do this again because I thought it was fantastic. Kick us off.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Bronco fans, welcome to Broncos Buzz here on the MHRT Network. This is a show where we talk about football, Broncos, honesty, hockey, and everything else. And I wasn't quite ready for this, but we involve his comments, my comments, your comments in the chat. This is Broncos Buzz. I need another beer after doing that.
My co-host Spence, Kona Spence. I'm already screwing it up. Kona Spence. I am your host, Bronco Bill. Guys, we thought we'd switch it up a little bit. He's been dying to do the intro, so I said, "Hey, why not? Just go for it." So we're doing. Hey,
surprise me again.
See, the main thing is if you do the same thing over and over and over, it becomes a rut. And when it becomes a rut, then the people who watch get disinterested. And we don't want that from you guys. Absolutely do not want that from you guys at all. So before we get into the show, it's going to be a fantastic show. We got some crazy stories out there. MLB
nice
stories
topics.
is crazy. A lot of really nice topics. Before we get into it, for all of those Catholic people out there, today is Lent. Just wanting to throw that out there. My mother-in-law is Catholic, and so I wanted to throw it out there. I'm Baptist, but anyway, just wanted to say happy Lent to anybody out there who does honor that and does respect it and does do that. So that being said, Spence, how in heaven's name? I already know how your week went, but just go ahead and tell everybody. Just tell everybody else how your week went.
Oh my God.
And how today went.
Casa de la Chaos is in full force. I mean, let's just say this. Bill and I had a great conversation last night, like we do every Thursday, catch up as I'm driving back from the beach from playing 4 or 5 or sometimes 6 games of beach volleyball. Woke up this morning,
rough at the beach.
Had a pipe burst in the backyard, sprinkler pipe, gonna get that fixed. My son wanted to go to a party, didn't want to go to a party, wanted to go to his basketball party, didn't want to go, wanted to have this play date, that play date. My wife changed her plans. My daughter wanted to go this. Yeah.
I was like, dude, how did you even get that out of your mouth? So
I
blew it.
Because I'm working on my Broncos Buzz. That's how.
Got it. By the way, are you comfortably cool now inside?
Oh
dude, it was 101 in Temecula where I'm at. 101.
Yeah, it got yesterday. Yesterday was, if you guys are not here in Southern California, we've had a historic high pressure system, one of the more powerful measured high pressure systems sitting right over Los Angeles in Southern California. The high temperature in downtown Los Angeles, yes, the past few days has been 95, 96, 98, 99. I'm in Santa Clarita, which is about 35 miles north. So it's Valley territory. So yesterday it got to 101. Today, a little bit cooler. So we might have a little cool down. How's it been with you, Bill?
It's been nuts. The last couple of days, it was, I would say maybe 89. I would say Wednesday was probably more like 89, 90. Thursday was more like 95, 96. Today we got to 99 at the golf course where I worked, and I got home in the valley, which is where I live, is in the valley from in the Temecula is 101. Dude, it's crazy. It's great. And this is March. Can you imagine what summer's going to be like?
You want to know? It's crazy. This is I am a weather geek, so I've been following Fox 11 weather. They said in the history of measuring temperature in Southern California and Los Angeles dates back to the 1880s. There's only been 5 measured days that was over 95 degrees. That's now 9 because of this week. That's how historic this is.
You want to know something crazy, even more crazy than that? I follow Colorado weather because I love Colorado. They're shutting down ski resorts because they didn't get enough snow.
Yep.
This is not good, guys. It's not good. But anyways, you know what is good? This show and the fans that are in the chat. So without further ado, Spence, let's get to the guys in the chat. How about
we got to start off with Clayton. Hey. Everybody smash that like button and share with all your buddies.
And then Denver Broncos for life, baby. Let's go. Heck yeah. First day of spring? Is today first? Oh, it is.
Yep.
Technically, it's the first day of spring. That's why I saw all those birds making nests and stuff like that. I thought, wow, they're getting a jump on stuff. But no, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. David Yonkin, what is up? So defenses will be game playing for Sutton, Waddle, and that will leave Ingram, Bryant, Franklin open. What's your thoughts? All right, let's go ahead and hit that before we get to first down. What do you think, Spence? And we will get into elaborating on that more. But go ahead. What are your thoughts, Spence, on that?
My first thought is this: the trade, great trade. Yes, we did give away a lot, but what we're going to get back potentially is another disruptor that is going to make things more chaotic on our offensive side for our opponents. So more to come, but I think everybody is going to benefit, and it's going to be a heavy competition in the wide receiver room. You've got 7 wide receivers now for 6 spots. Who's going to be left out? It's going to be interesting. But I like that they went out and got someone who's not a number one, who has a number one ego or attitude. I think Waddle's going to blend in great with the chemistry of this team.
Okay, well, we'll get into this a little bit further, but just a little footnote. Waddle and PS2 played together in college. I'm not going to name the college because I want to get to that part of the topic, but they did play together in college. So that's pretty awesome. Victory Lap says, yo! Say what is up? He says, says doing the waddle, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. There you go.
Well, no, get rid of the comment and you'll see what my thing says.
What
I'm waddling through as many beers as possible tonight. Yes.
And I say it's Waddle. Hey, man, we are all happy. We are all happy because the Broncos pulled off a fantastic trade. Absolutely fantastic trade. But Rudy, my brother-in-law from Vegas, says, welcome, gents, Mr. Spence and Howdy Bill. Whoa, wait a minute.
Whoa.
How come he's Mr. Spence and I'm just Howdy Bill?
Well, good afternoon, Rudy. But no, you know what? I have to compliment Rudy.
What's up?
No, I have to compliment Rudy. He got my name right.
Oh, yeah, he didn't call you. Yeah, that's right, he did. He didn't call you Steve, or he didn't call you
Stuart.
Stuart, yeah. Wow.
Right, Rudy, this is for you.
He said he didn't have any beer. That's why. He's focused. Wow, dude. Is that your only one?
I got spares here. Plus, I really need to work on my Broncos buzz after the week we've had.
Wow. Yeah, no kidding. Oh no, Victor Lappy goes, tonight is I thought you said lonely. Okay. Tonight's lovely though. Okay. I thought you said lonely. I read it wrong. Sorry, my bad. Yeah,
No worries.
Rudy said no beer, but then he's laughing at you for whatever you said about getting your name right. Perfect.
We forgot you forgot somebody.
I did.
Yeah,
I didn't forget.
Hong.
I don't forget. I don't forget. You're the one that goes back and looks at things. I'm the one that looks forward. So I don't forget. I just move on, and not move on because I don't care. But you're the one that takes care of the one.
Bill's showing his age, everybody.
No. You're the one that goes back and looks at those ones in the background.
Because we got to take care of our
Han Biz Hang.
Hong Biz Hang.
I'm not sure.
I know. I knew it was coming. So
I'm not sure. All right. Let's get into the first topic before we get into the Broncos stuff, which we will obviously do what we always do. Okay. I'm wearing the Avalanche hat. Why? Because they're playing. They're on the pregame right now. They're playing a very, very must win. Here's why. The Colorado Avalanche started out the season on an unbelievable pace and a 12-point lead over the closest team. Well, all good things must come to an end. Same as Wildwood Weed. Anyways, the Avalanche, literally, the little Avalanche, have swallowed the team and their stranglehold. Colorado only leads by 2 points over the Dallas Stars. Oh, guy, he had to go get his Kings with just 15 games. Tonight's game at Chicago is a must-win. Spence, I know you're not an Avalanche fan, but I know you're a hockey fan, obviously, by what you put on. That being said, are the Colorado Avalanche in trouble, or is it just because everybody else is catching up to them?
Tangent time. So March 4th, 2026, a day that will go down in Kings history when we finally got rid of the virus known as Corey Perry that destroyed the Kings franchise, destroyed the Kings team, let Colorado get 3 victories against us this year so that they could help themselves be in a better position. All I can say is this. We're 4-2-2 since we traded away the virus known as Corey Perry. We're 8th seed right now in the playoffs. We're coming to get you and you Colorado Avalanche. Go Kings, go. And if you're the 1 seed, great. If you're the 2 seed, yeah, whatever. We're coming after you guys.
I'll tell you what. I love hockey. I love hockey. Baseball's right around the corner. We've got a baseball story. Football is in full swing with all the trades and everything. This is a great time to be a sports fan. I mean, you could include basketball, but other than March Madness, I could care less. Speaking of March Madness, did you see some of those upsets, dude, last night?
Oh my God. I love this time of the year. This is so much fun. And I forgot to do a bracket, but I did make one wager. I took Howard. You ready for this? Howard plus 22 points. They lost by 21.
Oh, man, you got close, dude.
I got close. They were within. I think they had the lead against Michigan at halftime.
You got close. Do you want to say what you put? Wager?
Sushi bet.
That says it all because sushi's not cheap.
Oh no! Wait a minute, because she heard what I was doing. Shopping spree bet. By the way, Bill.
Yes.
We have some feedback from the community here. What does your comment say below your name?
I know. Madungus says I spelled Waddle. Whatever. It's Waddle, the way I say it.
Oh,
okay.
Are we becoming prime and?
It is
Waddle,
Senor Waddell.
you are
Waddell.
coming to the table, and we are going to feed you prime rib and lobster tail.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, hey, if Brett Favre can jack up his last name with Favre, which is supposed to be Favre, I can spell Waddle Waddle. Okay? I mean, it's Favre should be spelled Farve. Favre, right?
To take a famous quote from a famous movie, fair
You see what I'm saying?
something about Mary.
So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Biggie, what is up? So
What is
Biggie,
up,
how's
Biggie?
everybody doing this Friday night? Doing fantastic. Thank you for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it, like always.
You forgot.
Guys, you guys.
You forgot Northern
Go,
Audi.
bro. Oh, Northern Audi. Northern Audi.
Welcome
Is
to
that
the
a
show.
car?
Thank you for and
Okay, let me.
don't
Oh yeah, it says Audi. Okay, let me ask you, Northern Audi. Where are you from? Where, you don't have to say your city or anything, but like the state or the country or whatever. Where are you? Where are you from? Or where
And
you?
what's your
Where are you
choice?
at this moment in time? I should say. Just want to know. We always like to know. We get people from England, Australia, Canada,
Russia,
Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico City, Germany. So yeah, we like to know exactly where you're from. It we always appreciate it. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Oh guy. Do I put this up there or not?
Yeah, do it.
Rudy says, because I made a comment, said I forget what I said, but he says, Bill, the little wildwood weed makes you follow all along the little animals. People have to understand my brother-in-law, or maybe you don't want to understand because he's hard to understand, kind. Biggie says, who cares about basketball? March Madness is fun, though. March Madness is fun because it's one and done, and there can be upsets, which there are. And it just makes it interesting. I always pull for a Cinderella team. If they can get to the Sweet 16 or the 32, whatever. I just think it's great. I just really think it's great for college basketball, and just makes it fun for the guys that are just playing for their team. Playing for their college. Okay, Biggie says, I have a bold prediction. The Broncos are going to have 3 wide receivers over 1,000 yards. Holy
Bold.
smokes.
Very
Wow.
bold. Or very bold prediction. As in Super Bowl.
And he says Waddle, Sutton, and Franklin. We don't know if we have Troy Franklin on the team. That's the one bubble guy we don't know. We know we have Mims. We know we have Sutton. We know we have Waddle. And we know we have, who's the other one?
Mims,
Sutton, Waddle, and
Humphrey.
Yeah, Little John Humphrey. They just signed
got
him.
Michael Brandy.
Yeah, so we don't know if Franklin's going to make it.
Yeah, that's what's going to make the wide receiver competition very interesting.
Now, let me ask you this: who would you rather have? I would rather have Franklin on it. I'd rather have Franklin one of the 4, or excuse me, one of the 5. I want Mims, Waddle, Sutton, and Franklin. Oh, that's 4, Bill.
4.
That's who I want.
Your 4 primary, but they're going to probably carry 6 receivers.
Okay. Wow.
So just in case, but it's going to be a great competition. And
David Yonkins says he wants Bryant over Franklin.
I would probably agree with that.
Wow.
Franklin had some critical drops there late in the season and in the playoffs. He had some great catches too, but he had some critical drops.
Wow. Kevin Underwood says, "Hey guys, what do you think about the World Classic baseball game, USA versus Venezuela? Do you think Donald Trump is pissed off just like March Madness?" Um, I'm not really going to speculate or comment on how he may think or feel, but I'll tell you what, if you watch that Venezuelan pitcher, oh, by the way, he's
Yeah.
a Cubs pitcher. Thank you
Yep.
very much. Thank you very much. I wanted the US to win, obviously. Wanted the US to win. But that pitcher for Venezuela, who thank goodness is on the Cubs, is amazing. That guy had electric movement and electric pitches. When you get, but here's the thing that bothers me, and I'm going to say this, Kevin, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. Thing that bothers me is one of my favorite Cub players of all time, Kyle Schwarber, who was a member of the 2016 Cubs World Championship after 108 years. Immediately took off his silver medal around his neck and acted like he was going to throw it on the ground. That,
Yeah.
to me, I lost total respect for him for doing that. That is not how you act. Okay? One team has to win and one team has to lose. Okay? It's in all sports. You have 64 college teams playing to win one championship. You have 32 NFL teams trying to win one championship. Okay? It's in all sports. Grow up. Be an adult. You know, I was pissed off when Nathan McKinnon didn't want to keep his silver medal after the U.S. Olympic hockey team lost. Shut the heck up. Be respectful. You would want that from the other team if they had lost and you had won. So be respectful, act like an adult, and act like a champion. Even if you lose, act like a champion. I got total disrespect for Kyle Schwarber. Anyways, what do you think, Spence?
No, I think, you know what, the USA finishing second, if anybody watched any of Venezuela's games in the round in the elimination match and in pool play, they were good. They had talent, they were hitting, they were pitching. You know what, I think the US made it as far as they could, and to have a chance in the ninth inning down one run, that's all you could ask for. So, hey, I commend them and take pride in finishing second. Yes, you could be angry internally that you didn't win, but show respect for the game. That's, I mean, to want to chuck it and spike it like you're angry. Yeah, hey, you're frustrated, but better sport. You know, the true test of a person's character is not how they react when they win. It's how they react when they lose.
Yep.
That's the true test of someone's character.
Yep. Now, if you wanted to do something like that, and just finishing up, if you wanted to do something like that, do it behind closed doors. Don't do it out in public. Don't do it out when people could see. You know, it just like, and I would agree with you 100%, Spence. It is exactly what is inside of the character of the actual person. That's how they actually feel, and it's just wrong. You're an Audi dealer to count the sports sponsorship with just one Audi gifted to the MHRT CEO. Hey.
He's negotiating on our show.
Yeah, I know, but can we at least get a like an Audi for a month? Anyways,
I don't want a car dealership. You know what I want from Northern Audi? Just one 24-pack a month for Bill and for me so we could do our show. That's it. I don't need a full new car.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good way.
I know our CEO at the MHRT is trying to go for the big bucks.
If you're an Audi dealer to the cause of sponsor, just one Audi gifted. That's so freaking badungus. It's not even funny. Big E says Franklin made his biggest jump from your 1 to 2, and if he puts on the 10 to 15 pounds like he said he's going to, he would make another big jump. Okay, but I like Franklin. I really like Franklin. I think he's a solid receiver. I think he's an asset. Obviously, um, Bo Nix loves him. I mean, he was on the Oregon Ducks with him, so he knows him quite well. So I think that's an absolute uh, person to keep. Absolute person to keep on as wide receiver, no doubt about it. Badunga says Sutton and Bryant play in the same position. Waddle and Franklin play the same position. Mims is the odd man out on offense, but he will stay for special teams. Bandy is gone, so they will carry 6 wide receivers with little Jordan Humphrey. There you go.
Yeah, you hit it right on you hit the nail right on top with the hammer. Now, but I said this wide receiver competition is going to be interesting. So let's see how it plays out, Mundungus, before we jump to conclusions. But yes, Vandy is looking right now like the odd man out. But anything can happen in preseason and training camp. So we'll find out.
All right. So before we get to Big E's comment, we got to get to the second comment because it's the main topic. Waddle, baby, waddle, baby, waddle, baby, waddle. Here we go. The Denver Broncos
Waddle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Waddle, baby.
Waddle. Yes. Snooty. It's snob level where we say Waddle.
Oh, my gosh. This show's gone way off the rail. Anyways, Denver Broncos have finally signed / traded for a top player this offseason. The Miami Dolphins sent wide receiver Jaylen Waddle to the Broncos for Denver's first round, third round, and a swap of the 4th round picks in this year's draft. By the way, Waddle and PS2, like I mentioned, reunite as they both played college. Where did they play, Spence?
You tell
Alabama.
Alabama,
baby. So
Roll
obviously, Waddell and PS2 are ecstatic, but it's funny because guess who they're going to go up against during preseason, or not preseason, but during practice. Waddle's going to go up against PS2 in practice. That's going to be fun. So, anyways, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the trade that the Broncos gave up? And according to Mundungus, the first round is really basically a second round because it's late in the first round, but not necessarily because Miami could move up. Miami could move up in the draft, so it might not be a late first or even a partial second. The other thing is that the Broncos get a third round, so when Denver drafts, they only get a second round. Late in the second, Miami gets the Broncos third, and then they swap on the 4th round. So did Denver give up too much for Waddle?
You know what? Sometimes you have to overpay to get what you need.
We did that with your buddy Russell Wilson.
Don't say it. Don't say the virus.
Russell Wilson. We overpaid for that. But did we overpay for this?
No, I think we overpaid for the virus. I think we got good value here. We had to give away a first and a second. Give me a
first and third. First, third, and fourth. Yep, a first, third, and fourth. So I after talking to Mundungus and kind of figuring all these things out, I'm not sure that we gave up too much. What I don't like, Spence, is that we, being the Broncos GM, has always prided himself on stockpiling draft picks and giving away 3 draft picks. I mean, granted, we flipped the 4th, but giving away 3 for Waddle. Is Waddle going to want to stay with Denver after his contract is up?
Well, great question. Great thing you just brought up, the contract. So Waddle has got 3 years left on his contract, but here's the best thing about his contract for 2026. His cap hit is only 4.9 million toward the cap in 2026. So that helps the Broncos. This is probably why they were clearing out a little cap space because they were not going to get a huge hit. Future cap hits, of course, in 2027 and 2028 are 27 million and 30 million. That's something we'll worry about down the road. But he's here for 3 years, guaranteed, put together. So, and here's the thing that I like about him. In 5 years, he's only missed 6 games total. That's it. And one of them, they didn't play him because they had nothing to play for and they wanted to see other people. But he's only missed 6 games out of 5 years. Durable receiver. He's not been in trouble. He's not caused any issues.
Well, that's strange coming from Miami, not been in trouble. How about
I know
Tyreek Hill?
But also, you put the best thing there. He's reunited with his teammate, Cortland Sutton from Alabama.
No. PS2.
PS2. I'm sorry. Why did I think Cortland Sutton? PS2. So there's already that camaraderie that he's going to be able to integrate himself into the chemistry and the culture of the team. Plus, he has number 1 talent, but not a number 1 attitude where he has to have the ball.
Right.
He was sitting with the Miami Dolphins. He was sitting behind another virus that is no longer with the team. So,
boy, Miami's a mess now, aren't they?
They
got rid of Tua. They got rid of Hill. They traded away Waddle. They have nobody. Well, we'll get into that.
Oh no, they do have some people, but here's the thing. Waddle is going from a situation that was chaotic to a situation that has great potential to put a ring on his finger. So how he performs in 2020.
He's getting married? Just kidding.
Here.
Sorry. No, he doesn't want to do that, right?
You say that and the boss goes, "Oh, I can come and interrupt the show."
But Dungus says, go ahead, finish up.
If you break down the picks by points, it's equivalent to the 25th pick in the first round. Definitely not overpaying. Can you get someone in the draft that's better than the Waddle? He beat me to my point. No, you don't have there isn't a proven entity with a proven attitude, with a proven approach to success. Waddle wants to win. Now, this is his opportunity to demonstrate he wants to win. Let's see what happens. So 2026, basically the approach for the Broncos is they're all in. They've thrown everything they can against the wall. They've maximized out their cap space. They've retained all their prized assets. It's win now or else.
Okay. Now, my quick question before we get back to the chat is this. Is the window closing because they reran back all of their current players or most of their current players and added Waddle? Or is the window wide open? What's your thought?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Is the window closing because they reran back of their current players or most of their current players and added Waddle, or is their window wide open to win and potentially win a Super Bowl?
Oh no, they're on the up and up. I mean, their potential is they're a great buy right now. If you want to, like a stock, they're going up and up and up and up. The biggest question that has to be answered is how Bo Nix is going to come back from his ankle surgery. How he reacts, how he plays is going to define everything for this team.
Yeah. Going back to Russell Wilson real quick, DB for life, yeah, 303. He said, to be honest, we were a desperate team in 22. That's why we went after Wilson. And he follows up by saying, Rogers turned us down. That's why we hired the bum Nathaniel Hackett.
You know what? I am basically a blur for this organization for the not from 2019 to 2023 is just doesn't exist.
True. I would give you that. Biggie says Denver needs to get that running back that came in and fill the role that DK Dobbins fills when he gets injured. It's not if it's when, and it's not Harvey. So you don't think it's RJ Harvey to fill in? Who do you think it's going to be? Well, we have who's the other running back we have? God, what is his name? I love that kid.
Oh my God.
I love that kid. We just brought him back.
Not
come on, Mike.
No.
Madungus, I know you know who it is. Madungus will fill me in. He knows who it is. Oh God, what is his name? Help me! It's a running back that we just brought back.
Not Harvey.
McLaughlin. There it is.
McLaughlin. Yes. Thank you, Madungus.
Told you he'd help out. Yeah. I love that kid. Absolutely love it. He plays with heart. He really does play with heart. The only problem is that they don't, in my opinion, they don't use him enough. You know, we almost didn't bring it back, which is surprising to me. Okay. Now, how about this? This is really cool. This is really cool. Broncos Riley Moss outperformed his contract, therefore basically doubling his base salary. Wait a minute. What does all that mean? Well, the NFL has a rule that if a player signs for a contract and outperforms that contract, they can get elevated from the NFL. So here it is. The NFL announced performance-based distributions, and Moss received the 12th highest total of $1.136 million on top of his base salary of $1.245. He almost doubled by his performance at corner. How awesome is that? Way to go, Riley Moss. Way to go.
Way to go.
And
wasn't necessarily the performance that got this. I mean, yes, he did do well on the field. It was the fact that he had the highest number of snaps versus his salary number compared to anybody else at that salary level. So that's
really. I didn't know that it was also based on snaps.
It was based on snaps at a certain salary level. And so they compared that to other salaries at that level. And he had the highest number of snaps in the entire NFL for that bonus. So that's what kicked in
awesome
for him.
Now, does that bonus come from the Broncos organization or come from the NFL?
Broncos organization. I think they were happy to pay it.
Oh, I agree. I would have to agree. By
the way, I guess Korn 1999 hates the Detroit Tigers.
FDT?
Friggin'
Tigers.
Tigers. So Korn.
How about or could be Fire Department Toronto.
That could be it.
Or Texas.
Or Tennessee. Or Temecula.
Or Tijuana. Oh, I didn't say that. I'm just saying all the T's. Dot the I's, cross the T's. Wide open spaces.
Reminds me of a favorite song. Into the
wide open spaces.
Wide open.
How about wide open spaces? That's a country song. Wide open spaces. Boy, you guys are off the chain tonight, man. Off the absolute hook.
Yeah, we
How about-
dodged one
hang
with
on.
Rogers' victory lap. Yeah, I'm very happy that we did not get him.
I like Biggie says, okay, enough's enough. Anyway, back to Mike Washington. If Mike Washington gets a crease in between the title, if he's even if he's leaving, it's going to take it to the house. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
I like you know what? I like Kevin Underwood because he's passionate and everything's in big caps. So we got to read it. Looking at a new season, draft picks, and trade players coming off injuries, did you see Denver bouncing from bad coaching and losing the AFC Championship game? Yes, because we've got a new offensive coordinator who's hopefully going to be calling plays. You've got Waddle coming in. Well, I said a new offensive coordinator.
I know, but you didn't mention the name.
My bad.
Anyways, go ahead.
But no, I think the momentum is going there. And look, if everybody, even realistic New England Patriot fans, I say realistic because there are so few of them, knew that if Bo Nix had played against them, they would have not have beaten us. So I think we've got all the momentum going forward into 2026.
With one stipulation.
Which is
Bo Nix's ankle holds up. You just never know.
Hey,
just like an ACL. Look at Patrick Mahomes, and we'll get into a topic involving him. What about any injury? Do they come back 100%? Do they play like they did? Are they timid? Will he be timid to plant on that foot? Bill, pull up the scroll up. You forgot it again. What scroll? Oh, gee, moan, Eddie. Good gosh. Sorry.
That's the CEO who wants his Audi.
That's right. Forgot. Anyways, so my point is, so you never really know. You never really know how it's going to happen. You know, how is it going to? Is Bo Nix going to be tentative on that ankle, on that foot? Is he going to be tentative to plant and cut if he needs to, or plant and throw deep, or roll out and plant and throw a slant? I mean, we don't know. And that's the thing that scares me to death. Because we all know what happened to Terrell. And granted, I understand medical science back then is not what it is today. I get it. But I'm talking about back then, he was unable to come back at what he was. And you can see a lot of guys just cannot come back to the way they were. That's what scares me about Bo Nix. That's what scares me.
You forgot about Teflon Don, who loves a horse named Hoof Hearted.
I shart.
He ripped one. We'll move on.
All right. Speaking about moving on, great segue, dude. This guy is moving on. The
Ty Eagles, good to see you tonight. How you doing?
My favorite guys. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. Speaking of moving on, the New York Jets, what a mess that team is. New York Jets have traded quarterback Justin Fields to the Chiefs for Adam Schefter and ESPN. Why? Well, here we go. Fields will see the majority of the snaps in preseason and could start for the Chiefs pending Patrick Mahomes' injury recovery. Like I mentioned, we don't know how Bo Nix is going to react when he comes back. Patrick Mahomes had an ACL and MCL. Is he going to be the same? Nobody knows. But backup is Justin Fields, and Justin Fields could, and I didn't put it in this exact note, but I did read where the Chiefs are saying he could start the first quarter of the 2026 season pending Patrick Mahomes' recovery. Let me continue. The Jets will receive the Chiefs' 6th-round pick, not this year, 2027. Is that a great move for the Chiefs? Is that a great move for Justin Fields? And is it possible that the Chiefs could go 0-4 if Justin Fields is their starting quarterback?
I will say this, great move by the Kansas City Chiefs, because you've got a good coach who works well with this type of quarterback. Justin Fields has not had a coach who has been able to understand him. Now, Justin Fields is air prone, but I think this is a good mix. And of course, this is a great insurance policy. What did you have to give away? A 6th-round draft pick. That's it. A 6th-rounder.
Yeah, and not this year, but next year.
For next year, for an insurance policy that you need. This is a great deal for the Kansas City Chiefs. This gives them a solid backup who is Mahomes-like, but doesn't perform at Mahomes' level. If there was ever a coach who could maybe get the most optimum out of Fields, this is the mix that is going to be good for him. So I see this as a win-win for the Kansas City. I see this as the Jets being typically the Jets. Once again, Jets, stink, stink, stink. and I'm going to tell you this. I have a good buddy who sometimes watches our show, who has a podcast, Jets podcast, and I listen to it, and they are just angry and angry and angry and angry, and it's everybody else's fault.
Aren't all New Yorkers angry at some point in time in a day?
Yeah.
I mean, if you lived in a city where you could barely move, I'd be angry too.
I agree.
I think
and your taxes are quadruple and quintuple. So who knows? Nando Magic, how you doing? Go Broncos.
Dang, where'd that coughing spell come from? Okay, so that being said, on the Justin Fields topic, how about this one? That if we look back a very, very short few years, we can thank the Minnesota Vikings big time for taking J.J. McCarthy. Here we go. The Minnesota Vikings signed Kyler Murray last week, and head coach Kevin O'Connell told Murray and the press, and I quote, that the Vikings viewed Murray as their one guy on the market that they could see as a potential longer range answer rather than a 1-year Band-Aid. And end quote. Wow. Are the Vikings saying that J.J. McCarthy is done in Minnesota? Are they saying that? Well, I'll tell you what. If you draft a quarterback in the first round and he's supposed to be your franchise quarterback and he can't stay on the field for more than 10 minutes in any game and he's out for most of the season, then yeah, I would definitely say what?
I got to step out just for a minute. I'll be right back.
No problem. I would dare say that J.J. McCarthy is not long to be on the Vikings. I dare say J.J. McCarthy is more along the lines of either being traded or released. And had the Vikings taken Bo Nix instead of J.J. McCarthy, this is where the Broncos would be. Thank goodness the Vikings took J.J. McCarthy. Now, that being said, with Kyler Murray going there, and now the Vikings are looking at Murray being a long, not a long answer per se. I mean, obviously they're going to draft a quarterback, maybe not this coming year or year after, whatever. But Kyler Murray in Minnesota with O'Connell, I say he's much better there than being in Arizona, because Arizona Cardinals are just not a good quality team. They're just not. I'm sorry to say, they're just not. But Kyler Murray in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell, but JJ McCarthy, wow. Did he fall from the graces of the college championship all the way down to possibly not even being on an NFL team or being traded or being a backup after being drafted in the first round? That, to me, is the Broncos dodged a major bullet. They dodged a major bullet when Minnesota took J.J. McCarthy. And I'll be the first one to say, I wanted McCarthy because I thought, okay, hey, he's coming off of a NCAA championship. He looked great. Just like the Raiders are going after Mendoza. And Mendoza's coming off of a championship. The championship status in college doesn't necessarily translate into pro status. It doesn't. Bo Nix never won a championship in Oregon. He's looked great in Denver. J.J. McCarthy won a championship with Michigan. Hasn't looked the same. Hasn't even been able to stay on the field. So who knows what the Raiders are going to get when they get Mendoza? Who knows? Is it going to be a Bo Nix, or is it going to be a J.J. McCarthy? Only time will tell. All right, let's get back to the chat real quick. Let's see. Victory Lap says Fields can win games. He can win games. I agree. He can win games. But it's the players around him. It's the coaching staff. It's the play calling. It's the game plan. It's all of that. It's your opponent too. It's the opponent that you're playing. So yeah, I'm not saying that Fields can't win games. I'm just saying that, he goes to Chihuahua. He's going to be on the Chiefs, so he's going to be a lot better than being on the Jets. That's for sure. So who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs don't skip a beat, just because of their coaching staff and the players around them and all that. So that wouldn't surprise me. I just hope that they go 0-4 or 0-3 or however many games it plays, because that just helped out Denver and it helps out the division. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm hoping. I don't know, but that's what I'm hoping. Big E Bronco says, everybody knew JJ was a project coming out of college. Anyway, Minnesota just got suckered and taken him. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And thank goodness they did. Thank goodness. Because if they'd taken Bo Nix, I am absolutely 100% sold that Denver would have taken McCarthy. Why? Because he was the only quarterback that would have been left available. And are you going to pass up on that when Broncos didn't really have a quarterback? No, I don't think they would have passed on J.J. McCarthy. Thank you, Minnesota. Thank you for Minnesota. Thank you so much. You're back?
I just got to give a promotion to a guy named Lucio Lopez. He's my gardener who just found a big problem and solved it like that. So if anybody here in the Santa Clarita area needs an incredible gardener, get a hold of me. This guy knows what he's talking about, knows what he's doing, and solved a big problem. And you know what? The boss is happy. That's
now important. You're happy.
No, now I can rest and do the rest of the show.
Oh, God. There you go. Hey, Kevin Underwood says, I live in Minnesota and St. Paul. They gave up Sam Arnold to get him, and look what happened. We go backwards, but we'll see. Yeah, I was talking about the J.J. McCarthy situation in minutes, and the reason why I brought up was because of the Kyle Murray going there and what that means for J.J. McCarthy. Kevin Underwood, there is no way. I'm going to tell you something. Everybody knows that's watched this show, and I know that you're new. but everybody knows that I'm a Vikings fan. That's my second favorite team. I was a Vikings fan from 1970 to 1976. I've been a Bronco fan since 1976 to current, but my NFC team is the Minnesota Vikings. My favorite Super Bowl should have been Super Bowl 33, which would have been the Broncos and the Vikings, but the Vikings don't know how to make a field goal, and Atlanta did. That's why we played Atlanta. So I'm not bashing on the Vikings. I'm just saying that there's, in my opinion, there's no way they should have gotten rid of Sam Darnold. There's no way. I have no freaking idea why they did not sign him. That just boggles my mind. Absolutely boggles, especially when you go, what did they go 14-3 that year?
14-2.
Oh, that's right. It was a 16-game season, 14-2. I mean, that's almost as bad as Marty Schottenheimer when he was a Chargers head coach with 14-1, and they fired him.
No, it was 14-3. That's right. It was this. It was 14-3.
But whatever, you don't get rid of a quarterback who leads you to that. Okay, they didn't win. They didn't go to the championship game or whatever. So what? They got you 14-3. Hey, the Broncos didn't make it to the Super Bowl. What are we gonna do? Fire Bo Nix? What the heck? Trade Bo Nix? What is stupid? Oh, Kevin, you got me going, man. I'm a big Vikings fan in the NFC, and that just irritated me. Absolutely irritated me. I'm sorry that I got all wound up, but that's my nature. I get wound up on passionate things, and I hated that. I wish all the best for the Vikings. I really do.
So I don't know if you discussed this, but do you think Kyler Murray and Kevin O'Connell will be a good mix? I wonder about that.
Oh yeah, you stepped out of the room. Let me read what Kevin. Let me reread what Kevin O'Connell said about Kyler Murray. Here it is. Let me start back at the very top of the note. Minnesota Vikings signed Kyle Murray last week, and head coach Kevin O'Connell told Murray, and I quote, that the Vikings viewed Murray as the one guy on the market that they could see as a potential longer range answer rather than a one-year Band-Aid, end quote. There you go.
I agree with that, but it just seems that Kevin O'Connell's offensive style does not match up with Kyler Murray.
I don't know, but that's what he's saying.
I know he's saying it, and it means that he's going to have to go onto a tangent and adjust based on what's going on. And I just
what? Go ahead.
No. Sorry, doing 10 things.
Wow, Biggie Bronco says the Vikings coach wanted to keep Sam Darnold. That's what got the GM fired because he did not. Wow.
That is correct.
Wow. Holy smokes. Yeah, Avalanche just scored over at Blackhawks. Sorry, guys. I got the game on TV. Avalanche just scored. We need this win. Hence the Avalanche hat. So that's why the GM got fired.
Yep.
Holy
because
smokes.
And I think here we go. Big E. I think he's an upgrade over JJ. Now he can hit the middle of the field like O'Connell needs him to do. I don't know. Big E, you bring up a good point, but just Kyler Murray became so inconsistent with Arizona. Is he going to mesh with O'Connell's play style? And where O'Connell's not really a coach who coaches quarterbacks who have great mobility. Sam Darnold didn't have a lot of mobility, but Sam Darnold could throw the ball at the right place. So that's where I'm just curious of how the mix is going to happen and how the fit's going to take place.
All right. I do agree with this. Ryan 654 says, and I'll read this, and then Spence, you can go ahead and comment, and then we're going to take a moment of silence. Let's take a moment to remember the great Chuck Norris. And before we do that, real quick, when I was, and this is a true story, I'm not making this up, guys. When I was about 13 or 14 years old, I took karate lessons, and I was up for black belt, and this was up in the LA area, and the judge that was judging the tournament of red belt and black belt was none other than Chuck Norris. I got to meet him. I got to shake his hand. And at the time, all I knew at that young, tender age of 13, 14 years old was that this man was bigger than life because he could do things that I could only aspire to do. I don't know if you guys know, but he's a 10-time black belt, or was, excuse me, a 10-time black belt champion. I'm only I at that time, I can't do it now. I'm in my 60s, but I was only a one-time black belt. This guy was absolutely amazing. Spence, go ahead and say something. We're going to take a 30-second moment of silence.
Yeah, just quickly. I mean, if there was anyone you ever saw, and you see pictures and videos of him in his late 70s, early 80s, still being active, and I've heard all the news, read all the reports. It was just all of a sudden onset. They not saying what the cause of death was, but that he just all of a sudden he was gone. A great icon for action films, a great individual, and a great health guy, keeping up his health and his mobility and his exercising into his mid 80s. I mean, I inspire to be as good as health as he was. I'm sad that he has been taken from us at this time, but rest in peace, Chuck Norris.
Yep. All right, here we go. 30 seconds, moment of silence. Let's hit your mute button, Spence. Here we go. All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I thought about doing that, and I'm so glad that Ryan brought it up in the chat. Is absolutely honoring a person who gave so much to martial arts and gave so much to what he felt was keeping his body. What I understand is that he had a sparring situation that something drastically happened and ended up being a medical emergency. Heart goes out to his family. Heart goes out to all of those who knew him. Like I said, I was only 13 or 14. I don't really readily remember. I just remember that figure, that impressive figure of I hope I don't screw up kind of thing. But yeah. Chuck Norris, you'll be remembered. Rest in peace. All right. Biggie says, go ahead and read that, Spence.
Yeah, when it comes to Sam Darnold, that goes to show you how bad organizations can run quarterbacks. It takes some years to bounce back. Facts just like the Jets ran Darnold made him see ghosts. Well, that in the essence describes the Jets. I mean, they've got to basically revamp everything, because look at all the quarterbacks they've had and had opportunities to get and passed on, and what quarterbacks they went with, and just, you know what? The Jets are MESS, mess.
That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. Oh, great. Avalanche just scored again. They go up to Blackhawks 2-0. Sweet. Got to hang on to that first place.
It's not the playoffs yet.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I want that. I want that number one seed. I want the home ice advantage. All right. Speaking of quarterbacks to keep moving around, this one surprises the daylights out of me. Well, not that the other ones didn't, but this one, I don't understand this one. So help me out, Spence. The Carolina Panthers are trading quarterback Andy Dalton to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 2027 seventh round pick per Adam Schefter. What?
Yeah.
Andy Dalton goes to the Eagles? Why? To be another backup? And why? And who the Panthers have now as a backup? Or a starter? Who do they have?
They have oh my God, the kid they got from Alabama, who came on, had a great season. Oh my God, I cannot believe I'm flaking. I had his name. Madungus. No, he led he almost got the Carolina Panthers. If it wasn't for a tiebreaker, would have had them win the division. So, but you want to know something? Let's look at this.
Okay, Google. Who is the Carolina Panthers quarterback?
Bryce Young is the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. The team also recently added Kenny Pickett as his backup.
Oh, they got Kenny Pickett as a backup.
Got Kenny Pickett as a backup. So Dalton
that's why they got rid of Dalton.
Was expendable. And Philadelphia needs a proven or a valuable insurance policy. So, you know what? It gets the salary off the books for the Carolina Panthers, frees up salary space so that they can do other things. Philadelphia gets a needed insurance policy.
All right. I'll be right back.
Oh, nice. See, now Bill gets to experience what I get to experience every show with my wife and my kids saying, you got to come here. Let's look at it this way for Darnold. It's basically he gets paid to be an insurance policy in Philadelphia. So what Carolina gets a 7th round pick. I mean, it could be a 7th round pick is next where Philadelphia was next to nothing. I mean, you're 10 picks away from what's up.
Time out. Time out. I'll be right back.
You go. I'm going to say hey to the chat. So, you know what? I'm happy for Dalton. He gets to go be an insurance policy on a team that's got a possibility to do some damage in the NFC. So, Rodney Garcia, good evening, gents. Just gent. How you doing? Cheers to you, Rodney. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully the weather is better for you in your area than it is out here where it was almost 100 degrees today and yesterday. Oh my gosh. High pressure is coming to the rest of the US. We had just an amazing high pressure system global event. Oh, whoa. Bill's not here for this. Rodney, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Brando, come here. Even Brando likes it. Brando, what do you say to Rodney for what do you say? What do you say for the super chat? What do you say for the super chat? Oh, you get the super chat. No. Thank you, Rodney. Brando says thank you too. Do you say thank you? Yes. How's your night going? Hope all is well. Thank you so much for the super chat. Rodney, what's your drink of choice? Let me know what your beer of choice is. I don't think I have it on my notes here, but I'll try to get it next time we do the show. So thank you so much. Hope all is well. Oh my God, Rodney, I'm not going to rehash it for everybody, but there's a reason my house is known as Casa de la Chaos. In the past 12 hours, it's been Casa de la Chaos, but we're fixing things. one by another. Paul Shader, how you doing? Wahoo! Oh, Rodney, going good. Just got done with the gym. Pre-workout is my... Hey, Bill, Rodney gave us a $5 super chat, so let's give it up for him. You're on mute. You're on mute. Here, I'll unmute you.
All right, I got it. Thank you so much, Rodney. Really do appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. So check this out. So right now I had to leave because my wife's going out to go get dinner. She wants, on Friday she does that because she doesn't cook when I do the show, which is fine. And I forgot about that, and I parked the car in the driveway and she couldn't get out. So I had to go move the car. So hey, you know what? This is live TV, man. This is live TV, live show, whatever. So that's what happens.
Well, we had a $5 super chat from Rodney Garcia, and he's going. He's going. Things are going good. Just got done in the gym. Pre-workout is his beer. So, amen to that.
Nice. And then, Kevin has something to say.
Okay. Hey, Spence, being a Broncos fan in the AFC, who is your second team in the NFC? Who is your second team in the NFC? It's got to be the Rams.
Mine's the Vikings, like I said. What's yours?
It's the Rams, only because born in Colorado, but grew up here in Los Angeles. And while I was rooting for the Broncos in the AFC, I love the Rams, the Pat Hayden, Vince Ferragamo, Eric Dickerson era, and the Rams.
Well, you were old. Were you old enough? Because I know I was. Were you old? And I got a picture with him, by the way, of Deacon Jones.
Deacon Jones was 60s, early 70s, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. So,
dude, did I ever tell you a story that I got a picture with Deacon Jones?
Oh my God, you got to find it and share it with us.
No, I haven't. It's down there. It's in a 8.5 by 11 picture that I blew up. So here's the story real quick. Here in Southern California in San Diego County, there's a place called Rancho Santa Fe. Oh, and yeah. It's very, very wealthy. And they were doing a celebrity golf tournament there. It was put on by what was his name? The quarterback for the Chargers at the time, Chris Chandler. Was it Chris Chandler?
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was put on by him.
Wasn't Rivers?
No, it wasn't Rivers. Rivers didn't put it on. It was God, I think it was Chandler. No, it wasn't Chandler. It was anyways, I can't remember who it was. But anyways, it's put on by him. And I knew that it was a celebrity event, so that you can't get your memorabilia signed or anything like that because it's a charity. So what I did was, I went there with my John Elway stuff because I knew John Elway, so I got a picture of John Elway too. Anyways, but the whole thing with Deacon Jones, was it Deacon Jones? No. Yeah, Deacon Jones. And so he was sitting in a golf cart. And I walked over to him and I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Jones, it'd be an honor and privilege if I could get a picture taken with you." Do you know what he said to me? He looked at me. He had on a, LA Rams hat. He looked at me and he said, "Sonny, come here." I went, "Uh-oh." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "See these knees?" I said, "Yes, sir." "You want a picture? I'm not going to stand up. You have to sit down in this cart next to me." I looked at him and I said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm sitting right next to Deacon Jones. Holy crap." And then my buddy took the picture of us and everything. And then I looked at him and thank goodness I got the picture before I said this, because I probably wouldn't have gotten the picture had I said this. So I looked at him. I go, "Mr. Jones, you must be extremely ecstatic that the St. Louis Rams won the Super Bowl." He looked at me. He looked at me and said, "Young man, There's only one Rams team, and that's Los Angeles. Don't you ever forget that. And I said, I'm sorry. I apologize. He goes, no, you can apologize all you want, but there's no one team. There's only one Rams team, and that's Los Angeles. Is that understood? I said, yes, sir. I said, thank you so much. I go, thank you so much for the picture. And he looked at me and he just stared at me. He didn't say you're welcome or nothing. He just stared at me. I said, oh shit.
You got the evil eye before it became the evil eye.
Oh, dude. I was embarrassed. Oh my gosh. I was so freaking embarrassed. But I'm so glad I got that picture with him though.
Dylan, how you doing? Dylan,
what is up?
Well, Dylan says Bill's AFC is the Chargers and Bill's NFC team is the Dallas Cowboys.
How's that not even close? Not even close.
He's being paid by Dungus to say that.
Yeah, probably. Raider Zach 4862 said, "What's up, fellas? Congrats on Waddle. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it." I don't know.
Nation for life.
I just want to see how it's going to be. Everybody says, "Oh, the Broncos are a shoe-in for the Super Bowl." Guess what? We thought that last year. We really did. We thought that last year until Bo Nix go down. You just never know. You just never know,
Jack Kenna.
What is up?
I'm in Reno, Nevada on a guy's trip for March Madness. Have a great show.
Oh yeah, he told me about that. He was going to do that. He told me that last week. He was going to do that.
I am so jealous. I used to do that before I got this thing on my finger with my buddies Brian, Jimmy, and
Anna may be listening.
She's always listening, but she probably knows it. So my buddies Brian, Jimmy, Timmy, and I would go up to Vegas for the first 2 rounds. We would go from my buddy Jimmy had us set up at hotel after hotel after hotel. It was one of these big conference room with all these round tables, blackjack tables all over the place, craps tables too, free food, free drink. We got hammered. And all I can say is I remember one time about, God, I can't remember the exact year, but everybody had an underdog and the under. And this guy made a half court. We all thought, oh, it's going to overtime. He made a half court shot and the entire room at 9:45 at night erupted because everybody hit their wager because he made a half court shot.
Wow.
And we're all hammered because I think we all stumbled back to our room after that.
Dylan says, because I said my wife's going out to get fast food. She's getting me JFK. Get me KFC. I don't know where that came from. Get me KFC. Do you like KFC chicken? I love it.
No, I love my wife's chicken. She cooks it a lot better.
Okay, well that's good. But fast food wise,
I have to say that, or else. But
true.
But if we're looking
do you like KFC?
I like KFC. Pioneer chicken was much better.
Really?
Yes.
Never had it.
Oh,
never had it.
Before they went out. I don't know if they're still in business or not. Pioneer chicken was
how about
amazing.
Popeye's chicken? I've never had that either.
Never had. There's a Popeye's right down the street from us. I have not had that yet.
Yeah. Dylan says, I got pizza today because I didn't feel like cooking. Hey, if you're anywhere near where we are at 100 degrees, you don't feel like cooking either. That's why my wife went out for KFC. So
no, Bryant, March Sadness is more like it. No, it's not March Sadness.
Well, it is if you have big money or your team, or big money on a bracket that collapses. Now, how does that bracket work? My thing is, if your team at the very end still goes to the championship, what's that matter? You don't have to have everybody in that bracket win, do you?
No, you get points each round that you advance. So if you win in the first round, you get 1 point, second round, 2 points, third round, which is the Sweet 16, you get 4 points, then 8, then 16, then 32. You get points based on the level of the wins you have.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Oh, Dylan,
My
you
whole
like
thing-
Dave's hot chicken.
You know, we have a Dave's hot chicken right down the street from us. I've never had it. What is it like? Is it like KFC with breaded? Is it Cajun? What is it like? I've never been there because I'm just a big KFC guy. I love KFC spices. I think that's what I like. I love it.
So my nephew is watching the show right now. So Dylan, what's your favorite chicken? And of course, I always have to say this when I'm on air and he's watching, floppy seal. I have no idea what it means.
Floppy seal, floppy seal, floppy seal, floppy seal, floppy seal.
But he cracks up every time it's on.
Hey, good. Hey, if it makes him happy, that's another thing we do the show for. Make people happy. Make people enjoy. It's a Friday. Let people enjoy their Friday. You know, whatever makes them happy. Well, maybe not whatever. We're not going to do whatever makes them happy, but you know.
Ooh, my
Rodney
wife just
Garcia
made me chicken thighs and rice. Love her chicken. Ooh.
Oh, that's a turkey. Never mind.
There's a good one-liner in there, Rodney, and I won't go with it, but and he already knows what I'm thinking, so LOL.
Yep, he already knows. And it starts with the letter T. That's all I'm saying.
Spicy chicken for Dylan
My
Kuhn.
favorite chicken is tenders with a lot of spice. I love spice.
Oh, no, here's how I eat chicken tenders. Take a bite of chicken tenders and then get a full bottle of Cholula and just go.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
My
wife
what?
thinks I'm nut. Yeah.
Well, I think you're nuts too.
Well, of course.
Why don't you just dip it or coat it?
Nah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you like horseradish?
Love it. Not the creamy junk. And we
no, the real horseradish.
The real horseradish. Right. I take a spoon, go.
Okay, guys.
My mom thinks I'm nuts.
Okay, guys. I'm just letting you know that my co-host Spence, love the guy dearly, love his family dearly. He's nuts. How in heaven's name how can you take a spoon of horseradish and still have your brains inside your head? It explodes you, dude.
No, if you breathe through your nose when you're taking it, it clears your sinuses. I had a roommate in college who described me this way. I was nuts, bonkers, roundabout, lost in space, certified, that's all, folks.
What do you mean was? I'm just saying, dude. That is nuts. You really do take hot sauce like that? Wow.
Cholula, not Tabasco and not.
No, I don't like Tabasco, but Cholula is good. Hey, have you ever had Frank's hot sauce? I love Frank's.
Oh, I have it. It's the.
I love Frank's. Love Frank's.
I do too.
Dylan, what the heck? Of freaking course, Bill's talking about nuts.
But bum. Hang on here.
Dylan says I have that clip. I'm singing to Mike.
Send it to Mike, Dylan. Go for it. Kevin Underwood. Hey guys, can you answer this question? Why is Dallas Cowboys the America's team? Is it because of the assassination, or is it because it happened in Dallas? I think they're America's team because they promoted themselves so heavily and supported CBS during the broadcast during the 80s and 70s and 80s and paid them extra money to call the Dallas Cowboys America's team.
I have a different spin. And my different spin is based on the head coach of the then Dallas Cowboys, which was Guy with the big cowboy hat in a suit. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is going to drive me because it's important. Okay, Google. Who was the Dallas Cowboys head coach in the 70s?
Tom Landry.
The Dallas Cowboys were led by Tom Landry throughout the entire.
Okay. So Tom Landry was a very, very strong Christian. And the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys at the time was Roger Staubach, who was a very, very strong Christian. So I think together, or however it went, that they were known as America's team because they said that the opening at the top of the stadium at then Dallas, not now, but then the Cowboy Stadium was so that God could look down on his favorite team. That's how I heard it. I don't know if that's legit, but that's how I heard it. But that's what I've always known as the reason why the Dallas Cowboys were called America's team. Now, again, who knows the origin of it? I could look it up. Want me to ask you? I'll ask you. Want me to find out? I'll find out real quick. Okay, Google. Why are the Dallas Cowboys called America's team? Here we go.
The nickname America's Team originated in 1978 when Bob Ryan, an editor for NFL Films, noticed fans in every stadium wearing Cowboys jerseys. Ryan featured the phrase in the team's 1978 highlight film, and it stuck after national broadcasters began using it during the 1979 season. Key factors for the title: national following. Due to their massive success in the 1970s, they developed a national fan base rather than just a regional one. High visibility. They were frequently featured on nationally televised games, making
that last fact is the best one. They were frequently put on as the headlining team on CBS. In fact, if you didn't have a local game, you were watching the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dallas was always shown, like you said, Dallas was always shown. And that's why Dallas has the Thanksgiving Day and Detroit has the Thanksgiving Day. You know, is one of those reasons. So I got a question with one of you. I haven't kept up with football these past few weeks, but did we only have 2-year contract with Bo Nix? No. He's on a rookie contract. We got him. His rookie contract is up this year.
No, I think he's up. He's on for 5 years.
I thought he's on for 4 years, but we have to have a 5-year option.
I think that's a team option.
Okay.
You know what? You're right. It's 4 years, 18.6 million.
That's what I thought.
And
a fifth year option.
A fifth year, which would run fifth year option that would run through the 28-29 season.
Right. Clifton Harris, 7768, has a great look at this. Super Bowl 61. Bears 13, Broncos 54.
Whoa.
MVP Jaylen Waddle, 12 receptions, 310 receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns. Wow.
The Bears.
I'm not saying 54. I'm saying maybe 34. Not 54. Maybe only 27. But 54. Holy smokes, dude. I love your reaching for my dog right here. I love your outlook or your thoughts or your perspective, but 54. That's a lot, dude. The biggest score in Super Bowl history was 55. And it was the 49ers beating the Broncos 55-10. So if you have it 54-13, that's pretty close. I love your optimism. I love your outlook. I just don't see it, man. Just don't see it. Clifton Harris, what is up, said fellows? I said, what is up? Spence stepped out momentarily. He'll be right back. I hope so. Dylan Coon says, Bill, did you see Chuck Norris died yesterday? Yes. Go back in the show. we did a 30-second tribute, a moment of silence for him. We talked about how I met Chuck Norris at a very young age. So go back in the show probably about maybe 20, 25 minutes ago. And I would say after the hour and 5-minute mark, hour and 10-minute mark, check it out. And you'll see that we did that moment of silence and that tribute to him. Absolutely did. All right. I don't want to get into the next topic without Spence because I really want his thoughts on this as well as you guys in the chat. It's been a crazy week here, just with the weather, and now looks like Spence is back. So now we can get into the next topic because I really wanted Spence to be here for that. So
sorry about that.
No problem.
Just a normal day at Casa de la Chaos.
No problem. So here it is. 2026 NFL season takes a twist in the very first week. Never done before. And there's a major reason why. Here it is.
Yep.
The NFL season will begin on a Wednesday instead of the normal Thursday night game. Why? Well, it will feature the Super Bowl champ Seattle Seahawks, and the opponent hasn't been named yet. The Thursday night game will be from
Down Under.
Huh? The Thursday night game will be from Melbourne, Australia, with the 49ers and Rams slated to play that game. So why can't they do a Friday? Hold on. The NFL can't have a Friday opening game this season due to the reason for no Friday opening week games when the high school season kicks off.
Yep.
I didn't realize it's an NFL rule from 1961 that they cannot play any Friday games when the high school games are being played. Not because the high school games are televised. It's because the parents would be watching the freaking NFL games, and it would take away from the fans at the high school games. And it's not fair. That is an NFL rule. I did not know that, until today. But that is an NFL rule from 1961 that they cannot show a Friday game. And because this season of the NFL starts on the same week that high school starts, they cannot have a Friday night game. Hence the reason for the Wednesday night and the Thursday night down under in Melbourne, the first time ever game has been played on opening night on a Wednesday, and a game in the NFL is played out of the country in the same opening week and no Friday night. Wow, Spence. Is this crazy? What's going on? This is crazy.
No, it makes perfect sense. And I've actually known about this rule for a long time. This was the NFL's way of saying, hey, we respect. They originally, back in the 60s, they didn't want to have any games on a Friday to interfere with high schools. They didn't want to have any games on a Saturday to interfere with college, be in competition with that, because they respected both sports and both entities. So for them to have an opening night on a Wednesday, remember this, there's a 2-week no football between the last preseason game and the opening weekend of NFL football. So having the game on a Wednesday and then having a game in Australia on a Thursday night, our time, Friday afternoon, for early Friday lunchtime around down under in Melbourne, by the way, will be playing the horses that night because watching football and betting the horses from Australia. Love doing that. But this makes perfect sense. And if you were going to send...
That makes perfect sense for you. You got football and horses.
Yeah. But also, if you were going to... It's a 16-hour flight from Los Angeles to Melbourne, Australia. Time changes everything. The only opportunity you have to play a football game down in Australia is get them there a few days beforehand, get them
How about acclimated. The week before they're off?
Yeah. But no, weren't you just listening to me? There's a week, they have a week and a half between their last preseason game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So get down there at least a week earlier. Let them get acclimated.
Yeah. Well, but think about the marketing aspect, which
true.
I know they want to expand the game. Playing in Australia, a regular season game.
Yeah.
You're asking a lot of the players. Now, granted, I knew if they were going to do it in Australia, it had to be 2 West Coast teams. Imagine if New England had to fly all the way to Australia. They would probably go fly Eastern because of the wind patterns and who knows. But look, Roger Goodell, I know you want to make this a global entity. Stick with what you got. Ooh, got that mosquito. Stick with what you got.
Well, and you got it. Stick with what you got, and you got.
Got it. Here it is.
Freaking guy, man.
So much fun. Wait, whoa, hang on, Bryant. Right. Really?
So ask him. So I'm going to ask you. Okay, Ryan, do me a favor. What sucks about this show? What sucks? Seriously. What don't you like about the show? And if you don't like it, then why are you here? Just asking. Just ask. Oh, by the way. Oh, I got to keep my mouth shut. I can't say anything.
Yeah, you know what? Let's move on.
Yep.
Kevin's got an interesting question. Bill and Spence, looking at retired quarterbacks and great quarterbacks, besides Tom Brady, who do you see could play and win a playoff game? Quote, I might be old, but I still got it. John Elway? Is there anybody else?
Who do you see could play and win a playoff game? Now? I don't see John Elway playing now.
Well, now
I don't see Peyton Manning playing now.
I don't see Peyton Manning who's retired now.
Retired quarterbacks and great quarterback beside Tom Brady. Who do you see could play? In other words, could. The key word is could. Could play, meaning could play now or could play then.
Is Joe Flacco retired or is he still in the NFL?
No, he's still in the NFL.
Okay.
Bo Nix. No, but in all honesty, if you're talking about yesteryear, besides Tom Brady, I would have to say I can't because they're too old. They just I can't answer that question logically. Even Tom Brady can't win a Super Bowl now. He's what, 46? Tom Brady can't win one now. Peyton Manning can't win one now. John Elway can't win one. I'm 67. John Elway's 3 years younger than me. He's 64 or 65. He can't play. No, that's sorry, but that to me is an impossible question. Appreciate it, but it's an impossible question. All right. We are now where the chat loves me to do this. The last two topics. And here they are. This is interesting. Okay. Now, baseball is right around the corner. I think baseball starts next week, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it does start next week. Or certainly the week after. Here it is. Major League Baseball is experimenting on some rule changes in the minors for the 2026 season that could be implemented into Major League Baseball in 2027. Here is number one. The first major rule, which is I know is going to come into controversy. First major rule would be to move second base and third base 9 inches closer to shrink the 90 feet dimensions to 89 feet 3 inches. This could result and most likely will result in more runs. That's the first major rule that MLB is working with in the minors. Spence, what do you think of that rule? Like it, dislike it, or what?
Hate it. I mean, for them to change the distance of the bases, you're going against history. That would be like, remember, I can't remember when it was, maybe like 2004, 2005. They tried to shrink the goalposts for kicking a field goal. They tried to, you're going against the history of the league. It would be like trying to increase the size of NBA basketball. This is history. You're messing with it. I do not agree with it at all. It's a horrible rule. Yeah, you're trying to increase scoring because scoring makes more fans appreciate it. Just, you know what? Someone's on a bender and went, hey, let's shrink the base pass. Here you go, media.
Yeah. Number two, but I will tell you this. Major League Baseball is implementing both of these in the minor leagues this year. Just to let you know, it is being implemented. Chewy Raiders coverage says, I think they're trying to make it more watching on TV, more entertaining. There you go.
Yep.
Agreed. Number two, I like this one. I really, really do like this one. Number two would be for a check swing to be called only if the bat angle of the handle exceeds 45 inch degrees. I agree with that. Why? Excuse me. Because a lot of check swings are like this. They just flinch the bat and they call it a check swing. It's not a swing. He's just flinching. Check swing is when you go 45. Let me back up. You go 45 degrees past center point. Okay? Or past the plane. 45 degrees is the way it should be. Not a flinch. When batters flinch and they go, oh, that's a strike. That's not a strike. He didn't break the play. It's got to be, I agree with this, at 45 inches, 45 inch degrees.
Inches.
45, not inches, 45 inches. I like that one better. 45 degrees. What do you think, Spence? Do you agree with that one or not?
I agree with it. I think if you make a commitment to swinging the ball and you check swing, that's a strike.
But it's got to be a 45 degrees, not just a flinch. A flinch, again, I have a hard time with home plate umpires. I really do. Because their strike zone is like 5 miles wide, and some are like, 2 centimeters wide. The rule book states this and this. Abide by the rules. And if you can't do a flinch and call it a check swing. That's just wrong. It's just wrong. I love baseball, but I hate the umpires. And that's why I'm so glad that AI is coming into home plate balls and strikes, because I think umpires are freaking idiots. I really do. I'm sorry, but I mean, they're in their own agenda, and it drives me insane. Absolutely drives me insane. Chewy Raider coverage says, I think as long as it breaks, it's a strike. As long as it breaks the plane, yes, but it's got to be a certain point. Like I mentioned, home plate umpires have their own stupid ass agendas. They will say, oh, that was a strike. Maybe they don't like a certain player. Maybe they don't like a certain team. Maybe they don't like a certain city or a fan base. They're going to change the way they call the game. And that's what I don't like. The rule book states the certain rules. Abide by the certain rules. It's not about you, Mr. Umpire. It's about the rules of the game. You are not the king of the rule book. You're the umpire, and you need to abide by the rules. This is not about you. This is about the integrity of the game. Don't say a little flip of a bat is a strike because you're an idiot and you're wrong. Boy, I got all wound up on that one.
I know.
Because I can't stand that. I can't stand the fact that a strike zone could be this wide and the next one's this. And then I hate it when the announcers see what's happening. They go, oh, umpire's shrinking the strike zone. Hello? Of course he is, because it's his agenda. It just
to call balls and strikes, I think is next to the hardest officiating out of any league.
Then make it AI. Get the umpire out of there completely.
No,
we don't need him.
Agree. This is a game played by humans, managed by humans, officiated by humans. Human error is part of the game.
But don't we want the game to be fair?
You want it to be fair. That's why they have the replay system, and that's why they're
now they do, but not back in yesteryear.
I know, but it's again, you want to let the game be run by humans. You don't want the AI taking care of everything, because if it's run by humans, we're not going to have big arguments between umpires and managers. You won't be seeing people rotate their hats going. But
is that baseball? It's not.
Hey, it's a human game. Humans make errors. It happens.
I will say this in going to the last topic. You and I can respectively agree to disagree, because I don't agree with that. I want a perfectly controlled game. I want a strike to be a strike and a ball to be a ball. I don't want a ball this far out of the strike zone to be called a strike. And the game ends and the championship ends on that's just wrong.
Which is a good lead into the final topic of the show.
Exactly. Exactly.
Rojas is having fun trying to get under our
I was at a Broncos game screaming Boverrated. He's all right, let me ask you this real quick before we go to the last hour. If Bo Nix is overrated, then explain this to me. We draft a quarterback from college, never been to pros before, and the Broncos have not been to playoffs in 10 straight seasons, had horrible records, and we not only go to the playoffs the first year, but the second year we win the AFC West and home field advantage, albeit we didn't go to the Super Bowl because we had a Bo Nix injury. That tells me, and that tells you, my friend, that it was the reason we didn't go because Bo Nix wasn't there. And you're still saying Bo Nix is overrated? Continually, do me a favor. Continually to say that, because I'm going to love it this coming season.
No, it's okay. I mean, all you have to say is Raiders were 3-14, Broncos were 14-3.
There you go. But I had to get my say out.
That's good.
Not say ow.
Say ow. And now for the final topic. Dun, 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 dun.
And here it is. This is crazy. And this is sad. This is sad, but it could be a reality, guys. It could be a major reality. And I can't wait for Spence's comments on this, because it's going to have major, major, major implications possibly in the NFL this coming season. Here we go. The NFL is doing the groundwork if the league is unable to agree on a new collective bargaining agreement with the players, with the NFL Referees Association. The NFL would then have to hire replacement officials for this upcoming season. Oh my gosh. Do we all remember years past what happened with replacement officials? Blown calls, blown everything, the whole league. And that lasted 110 days. That's over 3 months, guys, of a 6-month season. That's half the season. Can the NFL, can teams like the Broncos or the Seahawks or the Patriots or the Bills or any other team, Chiefs, can we all sustain a situational meltdown of referees being incompetent of NFL rules? Because they're not coming from the NFL. They're going to come from college, retirement, whatever. Are we in for a possible catastrophic situation where a team like the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton and Jaylen Waddle and the Bronco defense be in a situation where they are handcuffed because the NFL referees are not there, and that referees that are don't understand the game? Spence, take us home.
Monday, September 24, 2012. I think we all remember that day in infamy. That was the Green Bay Packers at Seattle Seahawks, a game that was known as the Fail Mary or the inaccurate reception.
Mm-hmm.
A game where Green Bay intercepted the final pass and they called it a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They will figure this out, because I will tell you this right now. That play will be shown over and over and over every day until the referee situation is taken care of. Pay the guys. Yes, It may be ridiculous demands, but remember 2012 and that season. Do you want to alienate your fans?
Mm-hmm.
There is something called a good value asset. The referees are a good value asset. If you do not get them what they want, you're going to devalue your team, your organization, your league. Pay the refs.
Yep. Now, as much as fans don't like refs, much as fans don't like calls on the field, these guys are the best of the best. And if you don't think so, then if they bring in replacement referees from college or wherever, you're going to see a huge downgrade on how this game is officiated. I'm a big advocate of getting the game correct, making the game fair, bringing in replay, doing whatever you have to do to make the game fair. But going backwards, going downhill by bringing in replacement referees is not the way to go. I totally agree with Spence. NFL, do the right thing. Make the deal. Do what you ever have to do to bring these guys in. Sign the contract. Make it official. Please, please, please do not subject the NFL in 2026 of what we saw in 2012. I do not want to see that. All right, Spence, that wraps up though. Why don't you run down those people in the chat, good, bad, or indifferent? Most of them, 99.9%, all positive. It's all positive in their own way.
All great energy. And Rich Nichols jumping in here late, giving us compliments here for the trade that we made. So, Rich, excellent. Denver got Waddle from the Fish. What a good deal. Yes, it was.
Waddle.
No, it's
Yep.
Waddle, as it says.
Waddle. I'm sorry.
As it says over here.
Waddle.
Waddle. We'll start with
Waddle.
Clayton Huron. Hey, Clayton. Glad you were part of the show. Thank you so much. David Yonkin, thank you for checking in. Glad you were part of the show. Victory Lap. Yo, Victory Lap. Thank you so much. Kevin Underwood, you have a good night too. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Hong Bizing, hi to you too. Rudy Torres, you said my name right.
Wow. That's
Amen.
amazing.
Thank you so much. Madungus, yes, we know he spelled Waddle incorrectly. But
whatever.
He was doing the upper echelon snoble assessment of Waddle. Big E Bronco, thank you for being part of the show. Always appreciate you. Kevin Underwood's a real fan of the World Baseball Classic. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. DB4L3.3, 2022 was horrible. Well, yes, that's why we don't talk about it anymore. Corn 1999 said FDT. So I guess he's hating the Detroit Tigers or loves the fire department of Tennessee. Teflon Dan wanted to let everybody know that he ripped a fart. So thank you, Teflon Dan, for that. Ty Eagles, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Really appreciate your words of encouragement. Thank you so much. Dude. Nando Magic, go Broncos. Yes, we agree. Go Broncos. Brian.
And Avalanche.
Bryant brought up the Chuck Norris situation. Yes, Chuck, rest in peace. Thank you so much, Brian, for being a part of the show. Rodney Garcia, thank you so much for the super chat. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being part of the show tonight. Paul Shader, what's happening? Thank you for being part of the show. Dylan Kuhn, yo, Dylan, some great one-liners tonight. Thank you for being part of the show. Raider Zach loves Raider Nation for life. Thank you very much, Raider Zach, for being part of the show. Jack Kenna is leaning sideways in Reno as he tries to stay up straight watching the basketball, and UCLA up by 4 with 8 seconds to go. Hopefully they can finish this off. Clifton Harris, thank you for being part of the show. Chewy, thank you so much for being part of the show. Really do appreciate it. Rojas Ramos really loves the Lakers, Dodgers, Raiders, and he likes donkeys too. He was talking about it in the chat, how much he loves donkeys. So thank you so much, Rojas. And finally, Rich Nichols. Waddle was a great trade. Thank you, Rich, for being part of the show. Kevin Underwood, thank you for all your comments and your capitalization of everything. Bill, take us away for the night.
Guys, it's been fantastic. I almost was going to say we're not going to be here next week, but next week is not Good Friday. We will not be here Good Friday, which is 2 weeks from tonight. We will be here next week. Guys, we look forward to you being here. Thank you so much for being here tonight. You guys are outstanding as always. We love you. We welcome you here each and every Friday. Thank you so much for taking out a few hours of your busy night. And we look forward to seeing you next Friday. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy whatever you may be doing. Until next Friday, have a fantastic evening. We will talk to you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street. Bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast's racking up the flame.